Hey friends, welcome to Cannin Plannin Fundamentals. I'm Wendy Cannin, Executive Brand Director with Tool 12, and today I'm here to share with you guys the Pomodoro Technique. So let's hop right in and see what the Pomodoro Technique is all about. The Pomodoro Technique was created and developed in the late 1980s. It was made by a college student named Francesco Sodillo. Francesco was a college student that couldn't focus very well. He had a hard time grasping tasks and getting things accomplished, which made his college experience really difficult. So he decided one day that he was going to start by setting a timer and just working through the timer on that specific task with no disruptions, no interruptions, no time to do anything other than to focus directly on that task. The only timer that he had available to him was a tomato-shaped timer from his kitchen. And tomato in Italian is pomodoro, which is where the name came from. He was struggling to commit to being focused, and this system helped him to be able to find a way to do that and has been adopted by productivity experts across the world. Here are the 5 steps in doing a Pomodoro. Number 1, work from a list. It's pretty easy to have a task list. I'm sure many of you have made a to-do list before, and you want to just step right down and write down all the things that you need to accomplish. So that's step number 1, work from a list. Step number 2, pick a task and work on that task for the designated 25 minutes. You are going to find that there's some tasks that are probably going to take you longer than 25 minutes. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you can break those type of tasks down. But you're only going to be working for 25 minutes at a time. Number 3, when you are done with the 25 minutes on your timer, mark where you left off on your task list. Step number 4, take a 5-minute break. This 5-minute break allows you to stand up, to stretch, get a cup of coffee if you do coffee, eat something, fuel your body and your mind. Sometimes with my 5-minute breaks, I like to do little menial chores around the house, like throw a load of laundry into the washing machine, etc. That way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, but I'm taking a screen break away from my computer, away from my task list, and letting my mind reconnect with what I want to accomplish on my next 25 minutes. Step number 5, after 4 Pomodoros, so 25-minute task, 5-minute break, 25-minute task, 5-minute break, etc., until you finished 4, you're going to take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. What are the rules for a Pomodoro? Yes, there are rules. 1, break down big projects. You're going to find that there's some projects that you absolutely cannot get done in 25 minutes. And that's okay. But you're going to break them down into actionable steps that you can do in 25-minute increments. For example, if you're with a direct sales company, you will notice that you are able to do your content planning. And the whole concept of content planning involves creating graphics, making captions, and all of those things that are involved in that. So when you are creating those big projects and you need to break it down into smaller chunks, think 25 minutes of creating graphics, 25 minutes of creating captions, 25 minutes of scheduling your content. So that's taking a big project like content planning and breaking it down into smaller projects. Number 2, put like items together. When you put like items together, such as batching your graphics, then you are able to get a lot of things accomplished in a small amount of time. And step number 3, you set it, you do it. Once you set a Pomodoro, do not stop in the middle of it. Do not take breaks to answer emails. Do not check notifications for your Facebook or your Instagram. You set it, you do it. Here's a fun tip for you in order to get past those small interruptions that might come up. If you have a thought while you're in the middle of a Pomodoro, take a piece of paper, sticky note, and simply write it down. Don't let it deter you from what you are doing with your current task, but we don't want you to forget that either, because it may be something that's important that you need to do at a later time. Just simply write it down and go on to the next Pomodoro. Why is Pomodoro effective? Well, it makes it easier just to get started with the project. I know there's many procrastinators out there in the world. I know a few of them myself. And I might have done it a time or two. But it helps you to be able to get started with a project. You can't be overwhelmed if you just have bite-sized little pieces. So it beats the desire to procrastinate because it gives you the opportunity to just start with one little task and move on to the next one. It takes charge of the distractions. When you are in a Pomodoro, there should be nothing else open on your computer, on your desk, nothing else going that you are going to have distractions with. It helps you take charge of and manage those distractions so that you work on them when you have time. Makes you more aware of where your time goes. Once you start getting really used to doing a Pomodoro and the technique was working effectively and efficiently for you, you're going to see that it's not going to take you as long to do tasks that you thought it might have because your time management is going to become more efficient. You're going to be able to work through those Pomodoros in a fast, quick way, and it's going to help you be able to get more done quickly. It helps time become more concrete instead of abstract. So going along with the first thought or the last thought I just shared, if your time, you think it's going to take you 25 minutes to do a task and in reality only takes you 15, that gives you more concrete time in your day and you can plan more effectively. Each session is a fresh start where you can evaluate your goals and your tasks. Again, as you become more effective with the Pomodoro technique, you're going to be able to set goals and be able to reach them and attain them in a fast manner because you're going to have more time on your hands to be able to accomplish those tasks. And you're going to know where your time goes and how you can be more effective. Here's some Pomodoro tips for you. Take time to plan your Pomodoros. At the end of the night or early in the morning before you start your day, write down what you need to accomplish and about how long you think it's going to take you to accomplish each task. This will allow you to be able to schedule your Pomodoros accordingly so that you have a good flow and you don't feel like you are jumping from task to task. Plan a few Pomodoro overflows in your day. As you get started with your Pomodoros or your 25-minute increments, make sure that you plan for overflows in case you're not sure that something is going to take 25 minutes, it gives you a little extra time. For example, if you start on your content planning and you think that your graphic planning is only going to take you 25 minutes, make sure that you plan a little extra time or an extra Pomodoro so that you can go ahead and complete that task without feeling like you have left something undone. Don't be afraid to try different times of Pomodoros. Maybe 25 minutes doesn't work for you, but you have 10 minutes or you have 15 minutes, or you want to work in a longer increment of 30 to 45 minutes. You're the one who's setting your Pomodoro schedule. Just make sure that you take time for breaks. Speaking of breaks, take screen breaks. Get away from your computer screen. That doesn't mean when you're finished with a Pomodoro, you hop right into social media and start working on that for your 5-minute break. Take time to walk away from the screen, let your eyes rest, let your brain rest, and get back to work when your break is over. You can use an app like Pomodone. It is an app that you can get off of iPhone and any of the other Android users. This allows you to coincide with your task managers if you're using Trello or Asana or other types of apps like that. And the last tip, make it a habit. Make what you're doing a habit. Do it every single day. I'm going to show you a quick rundown of how I use the Pomodoro with my planner. So in my planner, I start each day by opening up my planner and looking at my calendar. As a direct salesperson, looking at my calendar is super important because this is the place where I keep all of my settings to make sure that I have everything accomplished for the day. If you are booking parties or you are booking events or you need to schedule workshops or classes, this is a fantastic place to be. Go ahead and do that. You're going to spend 25 minutes making sure that your calendar is full and that you have all of the tasks managed for the entire day. If it doesn't take you 25 minutes to do this task, fill it with a learning opportunity. Take some time to read a blog or something else during your 25 minutes. The next section of my planner is my well-noted section. This is where I keep all the training for my team, anything that I want to accomplish with my personal business, and being able to go ahead and share some thoughts or write down what I plan to do for my content for the upcoming month. This is a fantastic time for me to just evaluate where I want to go with my business, what I want to do with my business, how I can train and build my team up in a better capacity, and gives me the opportunity to spend time just in my thoughts, writing and getting the things out of my head. It's kind of like a brain dump of sorts. The next thing I like to do in my day is work on follow-ups. This is a fantastic way for you to catch up with your customers, check in to make sure that they've received their products, go ahead and follow up with your party guests and make sure that you have given them the experience that they need. That's what I use my gradebook for. The next thing that I use in my planner or that I track in my planner is my social media. This is where I do my actual content planning, creating my graphics, making sure that I have a way to write my captions, that I know what my content is going to be for the month. So I spend 25 minutes working on my content planning. One of the last Pomodoros that I do during the day is check in on my parties. I do use bookmarks and the opportunity to go in and check on them without having to hop into my regular timeline for my Facebook. I hop in, I check on the parties, comment where I need to, check in with my party guest, check in with my hostess, have any information or conversations with them that I need to, and then it gives me the opportunity to be able to do all the things that I need to, tracking my party, follow-ups with them, and making sure that I've given them all the attention that they need. Friends, I hope you've enjoyed this quick little video about how to use the Pomodoro technique in your life, your business, or whatever you choose to use it for. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, friends.